Hey, what's up? It's me. I wanted to talk in reference to how do I feel as though Whitney Houston's death really occurred, in my opinion. Okay, and as I do when I'm coming up this close, I want to make it black and white because it is a very serious issue. So it is officially going to go from color to okay. This is my thing, and you can say, well, Raven, you sound, you're pushing, you don't know, it's not true, whatever the case may be, but you have that right, just like I have that right to myself too. Okay, here we go. Now remember when they were talking about Whitney Houston, and they were talking about, she had an argument with a girl that was inside of the club that happened, when they went out to do this awards thing with Clive Davis and stuff like that, and I'm not sure exactly this location, but it was out there, and I would have looked it up, but I'm not going to go through all that. Anyway, so she set up there and everything, and she was having this argument with this light-skinned girl and stuff like that, and she thought that she had said something in reference to Bobby Brown. I'm assuming that's what it was. So they got to a big argument. Whitney Houston went back and apologized to her. I think she was a girl from American Idol or something, a light-skinned girl. Anyway, that being said, so Whitney Houston, she always has a lot of people around her and stuff like that, and and she she ended up going to the hotel. She was at the hotel, and she was left alone, and she went inside her bathroom to take allegedly a bump, and she get ready to take a bath, I guess, to get washed up and stuff like that, for the award show that night that's going to be happening, as far as the awards. Now, this is my thing. How is it that you are a celebrity and you are at an award show and you're by yourself? This is where I start to find things to be a little bit shaky. And I'm not saying, somebody in her family or something like that, but I find things to be a little bit shaky. This is my thing. She's supposed to have took drugs and stuff like that. She ended up inside the bathtub. She drowned it in the tub, and she had took some cocaine, and she suffered from heart disease, and reference to the coke that was inside her system, and it mixed with a little bit of champagne, and she fell inside the tub, and she fell inside face first, which she ended up drowning. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. I do not believe it. I believe she was murdered. And I know people say, well, no, she's not. She was under. No, I believe she was murdered. If you are a kind of person that, if she's like 5'10", and she's tall like me, 5'10" is pretty tall for a girl. 6 feet is pretty tall for somebody like me. Anyway, she ends up falling inside the tub. She drowns. Okay, let me tell you something. When you're tall, we don't exactly drown in the tub because we're too goddamn tall, first of all. And second of all, there was coke inside her system and stuff like that. To me, that's just bullshit. That's what they're going to use as far as what they're going to say her death is. I believe she was murdered. I believe that there's a big cover-up. I believe that there's someone out there who was in that room, who came inside of that hotel room with her. I believe they killed her, whoever this person is, or if not one person, or a few people. Because my thing is this, a woman of her status, she's all the way at the top. Why would she not have a bodyguard or somebody around? Why would nobody never hear? Why would they just happen to find her in the tub drowned? Even if she fell, if there was tons of people around, someone would have heard something. I'm a big bitch. If I would have fell somewhere, you would have heard me fall. So you're trying to say she's a tall girl, she falls, she hits her head, and she drowns inside the tub. Come on. People, you just got to really think about this. This doesn't make sense. How could somebody just fall inside of a tub and drown? Oh, well, she probably was sprung out on drugs and stuff, but come on now. Come on. Most time when people get high, when they get really high, when a junkie gets high, or allegedly she was like a junkie, most junkies don't stop to get in the tub and take a bath and go to sleep. Most junkies fall the fuck out on the floor. They fall out on the bed, but they don't fall out head first, stuff like that. I'm not saying that it could not possibly happen. I'm not saying that. To me, I feel as though, in my head, this is how I see it. She got into an argument with someone and she was on her way back. Now, play this out with me and just follow with me. She got into an argument with someone. She was on her way back. She was from the hotel. She was going by herself. Someone left out to go on forward, which I believe it was an inside job. I'm not saying no names, but I do believe somebody was in on it. They went outside. The other person came back inside before the door closed. He came up inside and he killed her. Hit her on her head, blunt force, slammed her straight down inside the thing. Took the coke and stuff like that, or they did, or got her to do, because she already had some in her system. So got her up there and everything, and hit her blunt force, so she falls inside the tub and stuff like that, and saying that she drowned and she died right there in the tub, and they came and they was like, oh, Nippy, she's dead and stuff like that. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. You could draw your own conclusion. You could say, well, Raven, that's not true. I don't, but I believe Whitney Houston was murdered. I do. You may show me evidence of everything, and I do believe that somebody else was in on it. You know, just my opinion, but I just believe that there's more to the story that is not being said. You know, I just don't believe it. I believe she was murdered. I believe that her alibi, what they were going to use, was that she was on drugs. And that's the reason why she's dead now. It's the easiest thing to do. Same thing with the Michael Jackson thing. I believe when he left outside the room, somebody stuck a needle inside him and took him on out. I believe it, just my opinion, but I just believe it. And you have to understand, when you do certain things in life, it gives another person advantage of not to even say that it didn't happen, because you already kind of set it up. You know, she was on drugs. It's the best alibi in the world. Well, she was on drugs, that's why she fell out and she died. I don't believe it. I believe she was murdered. It's just my opinion anyway. I want to know if you ever thought about that conspiracy. You know, you let me know. It's just my raw opinion in reference to it, okay? So I want to say hello, honored people, and I want to say thank you for watching, and I want to say thank you for subscribing, and I would like to hear how you really feel about this situation. Do you honestly believe Whitney Houston died of a drug overdose? Or do you believe she was murdered? Just think about it. Do the math. You fall inside of a tub. You tall. You're not even going to be able to get inside the tub if you're tall. Because first of all, you're not going to be able to fit inside of there. Because you're too damn big. But anyway, I know people say, well, there's some great big tubs and stuff like that in the hotel. Yeah, sure. And she just will happen to take another bump and she just fall inside the tub and just drop. Come on now. Come on. Let's do the logic. We're talking about Whitney Houston. We're talking about a woman who was very much into her drug, but it is what it is anyway. People are going to believe what they want to believe, and you're going to believe what you want to believe, but I'd love to hear what you have to say in reference to it, okay? And I want to say, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. You do you. I want you to do you the best way you can, and if nobody like it, then